You're listening to DraftKings Network.
Stugotz here. Smirnoff knows there's no I in football. It's a we thing, an experience best enjoyed together. Whether you are at home or away, we rally together, we cry together, and we always rally cry together. Because in fandom, there's definitely no I. As the world's #1 vodka and the official vodka partner of the NFL, Smirnoff brings an award-winning taste to every game day celebration. Grab a bottle of Smirnoff at your local retailer and head to Smirnoff.com to find recipes of delicious cocktails perfect for game day. Please drink responsibly. Smirnoff, #21 vodka, distilled from grain, 40% alcohol volume. The Smirnoff Company, New York, New York. Please do not share with anyone under legal drinking age. Stugotz here. Smirnoff knows there's no I in football. It's a we thing, an experience best enjoyed together. Whether you are at home or away, we rally together, we cry together, and we always rally cry together. Because in fandom, there's definitely no I. As the world's #1 vodka and the official vodka partner of the NFL, Smirnoff brings an award-winning taste to every game day celebration. Grab a bottle of Smirnoff at your local retailer and head to Smirnoff.com to find recipes of delicious cocktails perfect for game day. Please drink responsibly. Smirnoff, #21 vodka, distilled from grain, 40% alcohol volume. The Smirnoff Company, New York, New York. Please do not share with anyone under legal drinking age. God bless football, Billy Gill.
God bless football, Mikey, eh?
God bless football, Fuentes.
God bless football, Stugotz.
Yes, we are back. Chiefs Kingdom for life. I mean, we loved it out there in Kansas City. The Chiefs, best team in the NFL. But we had a full slate of games yesterday. Dolphins get a win. Jets play tonight against San Francisco. Lucy's going to join us here to wrap up the college football weekend in just a few minutes. But, Billy.
Yes.
The NFL is back.
It is back.
It is.
I thought it was back on Thursday when we were in Kansas City. I mean, arguably it was back Thursday when we were in Kansas City. But, man, yesterday it was back.
Yeah, I need a full slate of 1 o'clock games, followed by, some 4 o'clock games, an 8 o'clock game, which was a great game. Oh, if you had the Rams in that game, you're not happy this morning.
No.
I'm one of those people.
Are you?
Yes, I am.
Once it started, I did the thing where I feel like, and everyone should, and I don't think anyone should get mad at this, but I do the thing where I cancel, the sports package, the red zone, whatever, as soon as, the last week of the season is done, of regular season, because I don't need to pay for the red zone. They'll charge you every month, whether it airs or not, they'll charge you. So I don't need to pay an extra $10 a month for 6 months. Yesterday morning, got up on my to-do list. Reorder the red zone. Oh, it was incredible. Incredible. I sat down.
Right.
1 o'clock game started. I knew we were back. Did
you watch the countdown clock? Were you there that early to watch the countdown clock? I love the countdown clock.
I was hoping, because it was opening week, that the countdown clock would be an extended countdown clock. So I checked in like 4 hours early. And it was just like the ordering information. I'm like, oh, I don't like that.
Right.
Yeah. No. But no, I was there. Oh, it's great to see Scott Hansen. Very different Scott Hansen, Red Zone Scott Hansen from Olympic Scott Hansen. I know we're trying to say it's the same Scott Hansen, same guy, whatever. No.
Is he more excited for the NFL than he is the Olympics?
Well, I don't care.
Or he just knows the NFL better than he does the Olympics?
Respectfully, I don't care who wins the triple jump. So there's nothing Scott Hansen can do to get me excited about the Olympics.
Right.
I'll watch the Olympics, but Scott Hansen, he's a football man.
Right.
He's a football man. You know who else is a football man?
Who?
Dak Prescott.
He is.
Oh, he got paid.
That was well done by you.
Very rich man, too.
He got paid $60 million a year.
$231 guaranteed.
I mean, is he not worth it?
He is, but this is the thing that I don't understand.
In today's economy, what I mean, is he not worth it? Dak Prescott. That's what quarterbacks are getting paid.
No, is the answer, obviously.
Okay.
Like $60 million a year.
The guaranteed is as much as Deshaun Watson's getting, and he's much better than Deshaun Watson.
What is Mahomes making this year?
Mahomes underpaid.
Oh, God.
Crazy.
Underpaid.
Crazy bargain.
Nuts.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, right.
But that's the thing about this, right? With Dak, and we were there with Tua, and it's really every quarterback, right? If you think this is going to be your guy, sign them today. Because the money is going to be crazy after, right? If they would have signed Dak 3 months ago, they probably could have got him for like $53 a year.
Right.
And now they're paying him $60 a year because they waited until opening day for some reason.
So that's kind of the argument with Jamar Chase, who did play yesterday for the Bengals, if you wait a year and you're Cincinnati, that price is only going up. It's not going the other way. It's working against you by not signing him now.
The only way it goes the other way is if he gets hurt.
Correct.
And you're not rooting for him to get hurt to not pay him.
No, you need him.
Yeah.
Cincinnati's frustrated. No, Cincinnati's frustrated. They finally have the pieces in place. They have the quarterback, and they will. I guess you're right. Yeah, we'll see. Listen. Billy said before the season started, Burrow needs to show me something. He showed you precious little yesterday.
Yesterday was not a good day.
Yeah, I know, but the team is in shambles. I mean, T. Higgins isn't happy. Jamar Chase isn't happy. You have the pieces in place, and the only guy, I think, in the history of the Cincinnati Bengals that they have given that big contract to before they needed to give the big contract to was Joe Burrow. Yeah. And if you're Jamar Chase, you're sitting there going, well, hey, if you're going to do it for him, do it for me. And the Bengals refuse to do it.
T. Higgins. Get out of here with T. Higgins.
Yeah.
Death, taxes, and T. Higgins leg injury.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we doing?
I mean,
injury shaming?
No. That guy's always out. You know,
wow. By the way, Mahomes, $45 million. So Dak's going to make $15 million more.
Yeah. Mahomes underpaid, I'm telling you.
I mean, Dak was great yesterday.
Patriots back?
Huh.
No, they're not. We don't even need to waste time with that.
Billy. What do you mean?
Just move on.
I hate you, Billy.
No,
Patriots are on my list of games. We can move on.
I will say this.
Don't need to discuss that one.
Caleb Williams, don't know.
Hold on a second.
Jaden Daniels, don't know.
What are you doing?
Bo Nix, don't know.
Why can't you follow
Drake May, haven't seen him yet.
What does this say right here? What does this say?
Oh, the rundown. I'm sorry.
It's a new game.
Rundown.
It's a new game.
We know
Williams, Daniels, or Nix.
I know. But
and now we don't need to do it because you just did it.
That's the same game. It's the same game we played last year.
No, that was here too. We have an update.
No, it is not.
Young Stroud Richardson update.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
sorry. All right, we'll get to it. No. We'll get back. We'll circle back.
Williams, Daniels, Nix. I think
we'll circle back to it.
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Since we're not going to play the game, let's just play right now.
This is circling back to it.
Williams, Daniels, Nix. Daniels.
Yeah, leader in the clubhouse.
Daniels.
I think May. Just by not playing.
He didn't hurt himself. Yeah.
Penix after what the Falcons did, it might be Michael Penix.
Oh.
Do we throw him in there?
Yeah, we should throw Penix in there, Billy.
You didn't think that Jaden Daniels had a good game?
No, I thought he had a good game. He's my fantasy quarterback. I was thrilled.
Is he really your starter?
Yeah, he had two touchdowns.
He had two rushing touchdowns. He had three. He got lucky. He had three fumbles. He didn't lose any of them.
In my league format, he had 28 points. He was fine.
He's going to be the guy that wins people a lot of fantasy leagues.
They might not win a game, but he'll win a lot of fantasy leagues.
You must have waited to take a quarterback. I wouldn't have taken him early.
Yeah. Well, I have Caleb Williams as well.
Oh,
and I
boy.
have,
what are you doing?
What do you mean?
Your two quarterbacks are rookie quarterbacks?
So the way I approach the quarterback position.
How many slots do you have?
For quarterbacks or just in general?
Yeah, there's some two quarterbacks.
I can take three quarterbacks if I want.
No, but how many starters do you have?
I have
one starter?
I have one starting quarterback.
Oh, boy. And you have two rookie quarterbacks? Do you have a third quarterback?
I do have a third quarterback. Who? Stafford. Stafford.
Who did you play?
Jaden.
Veteran. You just needed a veteran in the room?
Just in case, yes.
Oh, boy.
Just in case.
All right.
Just all reliable, 280 and a couple of tutties,
Billy, is that a skill to fumble 3 times and not lose any? Is that a skill? Do you think they practice that?
I mean, Josh isn't good at it. We all know that. Josh Allen's not good at that.
He looked good yesterday, man.
Don't get me started on Josh Allen.
I want to prayers to Josh.
Yesterday, there was a play where he was calling for a flag before he was literally on the ground. He's pointing at the referee while he's getting sacked, and there was no foul. The guy grabbed him here, not on his face mask, but he's calling for the flag. Next play, he runs somebody over.
Listen.
Like, you're either soft or you're not, okay? Whoa. You can't try and be both.
No, listen, guys, okay?
What he's saying, Billy, is you can't be soft and hard.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but here's the thing, right?
Yes.
For this season, and I am by no means a Josh Allen defender, for this season, let him have it. Please, just let him have it. The Bills did nothing for that guy. Absolutely nothing for him. Let him complain.
Arrested.
Right.
Just let him complain. Arrested. Wow.
I'm keeping score of the Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs thing, by the way.
Yeah, well, who's winning right now?
Push. I mean, Diggs had 2 touchdowns. Josh Allen is the MVP.
I mean, I would say that's fair because he had 2 touchdowns, but he had like 30 yards.
I know.
It was like a very inefficient, 6 receptions, 36 yards or something for 2 touchdowns.
With 2 tutties. I will tell you, I watched that game.
I guess it's efficient in that sense. It's 36 yards and 2 touchdowns.
I watched Texans Colts with great envy. I want one of those quarterbacks. I mean, Anthony Richardson, I think he started 16 games in his football career.
Yeah, he didn't learn.
Football career.
Anthony Richardson did not learn his lesson.
What, the running?
Yes, he did not learn.
Who tried to teach him that lesson last year? I forget.
Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, yeah, it was Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence.
By the way,
Anthony Richardson, take it from Trevor Lawrence, who may not be very good and just got paid $50 million. Just stay healthy.
We'll get to Lucy here in a second. What I loved is everyone was so vocal about Tua and his contract. Who did he beat yesterday? Trevor Lawrence. No one said a word about his contract. Not a single word about Trevor Lawrence's contract. And Tua goes out there in the second half. Tua had a good game. He played well.
He had a sneaky good game. It looked ugly for a long time, but then the stats ended up being there at the end.
Right, but I mean,
then he found Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, well, he's
Tyreek Hill had a rough day.
Yeah.
And then a great day.
He had a rough day. It started off rough. It turned out to be.
It's not a good day when you get detained by the police.
No.
And then somehow outside of your place of employment, by the way.
Yeah.
It's a rare situation where you get detained by police outside of your place of employment. Then a teammate of yours goes to help you out, is also detained by police.
Right.
Calais Campbell. You had
Amazing.
2 players get handcuffed yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't think either one was technically arrested.
Right.
Then you just go to work and you're able to fulfill your duties.
Yeah.
And Tyreek had a good game. I mean, I think yesterday what we were seeing from a lot of quarterbacks, Tua was one of them, Caleb was one of them, a lot of nervous energy where we were overthrowing people by a lot.
What I liked about Tua is he's more mobile than he was a year ago.
I don't like that.
That was obvious. He's lighter. Billy, I'm serious. That was a good day for Tua. Jordan, It was a good weekend for Tua.
I don't want that,
Jordan loves the other guy who got paid in the offseason, and now he's out 4 to 5 weeks. So, I mean, and everyone questioned Tua and his ability to play 17 games.
Yeah, but if he starts running out, that's a legitimate question because he's lighter and he's not a big guy.
I know, but
I don't want him running around.
He had an 11-yard scramble yesterday. I've never seen Tua do that, and it looked good.
That was one. He had one rush, 11 yards.
He didn't stumble into it. He was actually running.
Yeah, but he also did that thing where he dropped back and to avoid a sack, decided to let me scramble and then slide at the line of scrimmage. He's sliding feet first into linemen. He's going to get trampled.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Billy, you know what we do here on God Bless Football?
What?
We do not ignore what happened on Saturday because the NFL tends to eat up Saturdays. We don't ignore Saturdays. College football is a big deal. We discuss it with the best in the business. Lucy or Goosey. Next.
In the NFL, there is no margin for error. One mistake can change the outcome of a game. Science proves quality sleep can help boost reaction time, recovery time, and overall athletic performance. As the official sleep wellness partner of the NFL, Sleep Number's mission is to provide players with data and insights to optimize their sleep for the ultimate competitive edge. Sleep is essential for recovery, and we all have unique needs. That's why Sleep Number smart beds are perfect for couples, with individualized settings for each side. Since 2018, Sleep Number and the NFL have teamed up to bring quality sleep to elite athletes. 8 out of 10 NFL players, including 80% of Kansas City Chiefs players, trust Sleep Number for their best rest. And now, during Sleep Number's biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus special financing for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, official sleep and wellness partner of the NFL. See store for details.
Stugotz.
Yo.
Guess what?
We're back?
We're back. And?
What?
And?
And what?
And?
And what?
We're presented by Smirnoff.
We are?
We do game days. Please drink responsibly. The Smirnoff Company, New York, New York.
All right, we bring on Lucy here because we do not allow the NFL to trample college football here on God Bless Football, and Lucy covers college football for Meadowlark Media, and she was at Iowa and Iowa State. Everyone knows she's a big Iowa fan. She is joining us from the woodshed this morning, her basement in her parents' home. Lucy, well, I know it didn't end well, but how was the overall experience of Iowa State?
I feel like I'm literally in the basement and I'm metaphorically in the basement of my life with the way that game went.
Huh.
Tailgating wise, it was one of the best ones we've ever been to. I'm super, super biased, but it was really, really fun. The game itself, yeah, that took a couple years out of my life, I think.
You seemed very happy. I'm going to be honest with you. From what I saw on social media, it looked like you were just like home.
She was home.
You were dancing in
Yeah.
the streets.
Yes.
Like you seemed to have a great time.
Well, so the dancing in the street, so Texas A&M has a midnight tradition. It's Midnight Yell. Iowa also has a midnight tradition. It's beer band, where members of the band will go from bar to bar and play the song, fight songs, sometimes on instruments, sometimes on like trash cans and pots and pans. And it's one of the more fun traditions in college football. So that was when everything felt great. I had joy. I should have known that Iowa was going to lose because when I flew out to Iowa, everything went wrong with my flight. Specifically, the pilot started singing over the intercom to everybody. And I should have known then it was going to be bad.
She's right. Always a bad sign when the pilots start singing.
What was the song?
Come on, Bahama. Come on, pretty mama. That song.
Yeah.
Why were you singing Kokomo?
Well, Lucy wasn't. The pilot was.
What
right.
would possess the pilot to sing Kokomo?
No reason. It was.
Okay.
It just started. Like he just started singing because I turned around because I thought the old guy behind me was singing and I was prepared to be like, shut up. But it wasn't. It was the pilot. And we were landing in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. You're not allowed to sing that song in Iowa.
Is there a chance he didn't know he had the intercom system on, and he was just singing in the cockpit, or?
No, because he like transitioned it from song to like, hey guys, put your tray tables up. We're landing.
Is there a place like mentally that you can think of further from Kokomo than Cedar Rapids, Iowa?
Exactly. And what was also weird is he started off the flight in a terrible mood. Like we were on the runway and he hit us with the, if your phones are not in airplane mode, I'm turning this plane around.
I love
like,
this
he
cat. I
literally
love
said
this
that.
pilot.
So
I love this pilot.
Yeah.
No, he realized he was going
I'll
to
turn this thing
Iowa.
around right now.
So he sings about a better place. That's what he does. A place he'd rather go to. That's what he does to get through it, just to get through the day.
I really like this.
I didn't need that though.
I
I didn't want that song. I was happy to be there.
Okay, let me ask you. Sound a little sick. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm a little sick.
Let me ask you guys a question. It's that time of season. Stugotz is sick too.
I am,
He's trying to
yes.
get an Afrin deal. If I'm going to be completely honest with everyone, he wanted to have it on the desk, hoping he could get a deal.
Yeah, something with stuff up. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a segment like,
Yeah,
stuff it up,
stuff it up.
unstuff it.
Yeah, I don't think Afrin would want to sponsor Stuff It Up.
Right, because they don't.
Unstuffed.
Yeah.
Right, they take when you're stuffy, you shoot it in your nose, and then 3 seconds later you're not stuffed anymore. But 7 hours later, you're even more stuffed than you were before. How about that? Right?
They're
Anyway,
definitely not sponsoring you now.
no, they're definitely not. You're right.
Kirk Ferentz is back. You excited?
No. What do you mean? No.
Oh my.
Why would you ask that question? No.
Lucy, can I ask, because Iowa's one of those teams that had a chance to, and still does, has a chance to make the playoff, maybe Iowa State. What did they do differently without Kirk Ferentz?
They scored points.
Well, okay. Explain to those who weren't watching that game, what the hell happened with the 2-point conversion?
If you could explain that to me, I'd appreciate it.
Right.
I didn't know. Iowa had scored. Iowa controlled most of this game, was
Should've won.
outplaying
Yeah.
Iowa State pretty much across the board. So Iowa controlled most of this game. They ended up scoring a touchdown, which if they had kicked the extra point, it would have been 20-7. And Kirk Ferentz was like, no, I know more than the rest of you. I'm a brilliant genius. I'm so smart that I got suspended last week for tampering with Cade McNamara. You got to trust me on this one. So he said, we're going to go for 2, even though for Iowa, it's usually pretty hard for us to just get there in the first place. So I don't know why you're testing your luck. So Iowa goes for 2. They do not get it, and Iowa loses by 1 point.
Amazing. But you're still in it, Lucy. Like your
I don't know
season.
about that.
Well, your season would be. Listen, in years past, your season would be definitively over. It is. That's the advantage of the 12-team playoff, I guess, is that at least if you run the table, which I know is unlikely, but if you do, you have a shot, Lucy.
If you watch Cade McNamara, you know our season is over. Our season is done.
All right, are you ready for some Lucy or Goosey?
Well, hold on a second,
Heck
because
yeah.
you're disagreeing with the idea that losing, you're now out of it. Notre Dame is getting in that playoff still. Even after
yeah,
that
absolutely.
loss, Notre Dame is getting into the playoffs still.
Yes, I agree. How many
Well, they
losses
put-
though?
Notre
They
Dame's
put
going to
Northern
get in
Illinois
with
in
two.
the top 25.
They should.
Yeah, well, that's what that's called, Lucy? Laying the groundwork.
Right.
Exactly.
Mhm.
That's
Yes.
laying the groundwork.
That's
Oh,
setting
they
it up.
lost, but they ended up being a ranked team that year.
Wait,
the
but-
groundwork has been laid.
Don't we want Northern Illinois to run the table?
No.
What
God,
do you mean?
No.
Why?
It'd be fun.
No.
It would help Notre Dame, but like, how fun would it be for Northern Illinois to be the fun little Cinderella story?
It would be,
Yes.
but like, you know what I've learned over the years? I don't want any of those teams actually in the playoffs. I want to complain about them not getting in. Once we get to the playoffs, I don't want any of those schools in the playoffs because I know what is coming.
There's a guaranteed spot this year for a Group of 5 school.
There
Not
is.
them. I don't want them. I
Yep.
don't want
Okay,
them.
well,
in the
who do you
playoffs.
want?
Who do you
Not
want
them.
then?
Anyone but them.
Anyone in the group of
Anyone
five?
but them.
Really?
Anyone.
But they
them.
beat Notre Dame on the road.
I don't want them.
Got paid for it.
I know.
God, I don't know what the Huskies did to you.
Oh,
What a great check. I mean,
Iowa's not going to run the table. They're playing Ohio State. I'm looking at their schedule right now. This is not going to go well. Nebraska, by the way, huh?
well, that's my first Lucy
They're
or
having
Goosey.
a moment.
Let's start right there. Lucy or Goosey. Nebraska is back.
I'm going to go Goosey, but I'm not saying, or Lucy, but not with my full heart. Nebraska has been a good football team for the past 5 years. They just couldn't win any games. Like, they were the best 3-win team in history a few years back because every game Nebraska lost over the last 5 years was in close, devastating fashion. With Matt Rule here, they have finally figured out how to win those games. So Nebraska was going to take a huge jump this season regardless. Now you add in Dylan Raiola, who thinks he's Patrick Mahomes.
That's so
It is
weird.
a great. It's a
That
little
is
odd.
so weird. I was going to ask you
like-
about that.
Little
It's so weird. He's taking it to
It's-
another level.
Yeah. It's like that girl that kind of looks like Taylor Swift, so she got a ton of work done to
Right.
look more like Taylor Swift to profit off of it. It's a little odd, but he's a great player. Nebraska has a lot of talent. They've had talent before. This is like Matt Rule was probably the perfect hire for them in Lincoln because he's like just genuinely a good coach. And that's what you were missing with Scott Frost is like the basic fundamentals he could not figure out and just like winning close games. So like this isn't shocking to anyone who's watched Nebraska football over the last few years. But if you look at their record, it's kind of shocking.
Are you guys
And
saying
Colorado's bad though. So I don't want to put too much into that, but I do think Nebraska's good regardless whether Colorado is bad.
I'll get to them in a second. Are you guys saying Raiola goes out of his way to
He's like, it's not even just the
Because-
look anymore. Like
Okay.
he had the hair, then he's doing the headband, but now like pregame he's doing like the Patrick Mahomes like celebrations and mannerisms. Like he's taking it to another level of like borderline creepy.
It reminds
Yeah,
me
it's
of
a little weird.
It reminds me of
Very
Kobe.
single white female.
It reminds me of Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. Like Kobe had Michael's mannerisms
No.
down. Yes, he did, Billy. Yes,
But
he
it's
did.
not.
That's a
No,
great comparison from
Thank
Stu.
you,
That is a
thank you.
great comparison.
No.
Yeah, it was
100%,
weird. Like he
yeah.
talked like Michael.
Mm.
Nah,
I'm with you.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he ended up
All I
being
need is
Kobe.
one. I
Yeah,
mean-
but he ended up having his own identity and being Kobe, right?
Well, he won 5 titles. So that helps create your own identity. The fact that Raiola's doing it and he's not even in the NFL yet is a little bit strange.
It's just like, okay, where does this end with him, right? Let's say he makes it to the NFL,
Right.
Is he going to continue the Patrick Mahomes cosplaying in the NFL? And then, like, when he plays against Patrick Mahomes, potentially, what is that going to look like?
I don't know.
It's weird.
Couple of Mahomes cutting it up.
It's a little weird.
Yeah.
He is a freshman, so he's 18. His frontal lobe not even close to fully developed.
He's got 10 years of college left.
so
I mean,
yeah, so he'll figure it out.
Even so, like, when he does figure it out, he's going to look back at this and be like, oh, it's so cringy.
Yeah.
What was
Oh
I
yeah,
doing?
for sure.
oh, you think?
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there'll be a moment in time,
100%.
right, where
Especially if he's like really good, he's
He-
going to want to distance himself from what he's doing right now.
he's got one of the grandkids. He's in a rocking chair. He's got a grandkid on the
We've
lap.
gone too far. Now we're
Wait,
way too
really?
far down the
No.
line. Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
he's-
No,
he's-
I'm talking like
he's just
Sims
18.
talking to him.
Yeah, that's
Sims talking to
I-
him in
I
one of
was-
those
I
pre-game
was thinking, like,
interviews,
let's
showing
say-
him a picture.
He goes on a run and like
Okay.
junior year, he's
Right.
like in the Heisman conversation. He's not going to still be doing this nonsense. And you're like, ooh, what was I doing my freshman year?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think you learn from your freshman to your junior year. I don't think you look back like that. I think it's like, once you become an
Some
adult.
of us.
I learned.
Really?
Some
I
of us.
learned.
All right. Let's go to Syracuse.
One day, Stu.
Let's
One
go
day
to-
you'll get there.
Let's go to Syracuse, Lucy. I said this was a sneaky good team. McCord's a good quarterback. They're off to a 2-0 start. The Syracuse Orange. has an outside chance of making the college football playoff? Lucy or Goosey?
I'm going to go Lucy, but only for a few reasons.
Okay.
One is because they're in the ACC,
Right.
and pretty much anyone in the ACC at this point is eligible to make the playoff. Like, truly, we don't know who's going to win that conference. Feels like Miami's the favorite, but we really don't know at this point.
Now, Syracuse gets Miami at home. That's the last game of the season, right?
And that Syracuse always seems to have that weird trap game like every other year where they're beating somebody they shouldn't beat, and it's usually Clemson. My only thing with Syracuse is they have operated their entire football team and their entire offense around Kyle McCord. So if unfortunately he gets injured or something goes wrong, then bam, it's all out the window there. But I want to caution everybody, because I did this last week and we all did this last week, and we're going to do it for the next future week ones for the rest of time. We got to calm down, because we said Georgia Tech is the best team in the world for beating Florida State, who lost to Boston College, who's now the worst team in the world. We have no idea who's good or not yet. Like, no clue.
That's
so
fair.
Syracuse beating Georgia Tech could mean absolutely nothing, or it could be a great win. So it's all like, go crazy, but let's just center ourselves.
Pump the brakes.
Enjoy it on Saturday.
Yeah.
I know this as someone who said, man, Iowa's offense would be pretty good this year after last week.
You mentioned it very briefly. Clemson, statement win over App State.
Yep.
66-20, just like that. Boom, back in the top 25.
Lucy or Goosey, are they back?
I don't want to go full Lucy. I'm an App State truther, App State believer. I think App State's one of the best group of 5 schools. App State's a school that I think if your athletic director schedules them, you should be fired, because you should never schedule App State.
They don't lose by 46 to people.
No, they never do. I was shocked. Like, I thought App State was going to cover. So I think it is impressive. I was kind of worried they'd have the Georgia hangover, where what has happened to TCU and Florida State, where they lost to Georgia so bad that it ruined the entire next season for them. So good for Clemson. I don't want to full on say they're back, but like, once again, they are in the ACC. It is wide open. You can afford a loss or two and be totally fine in that conference.
Lucy, should Marcus Freeman, he's not on the hot seat, but I'm asking you, should he be on the hot seat, Lucy or Goosey?
I don't want to full say he should be on the hot seat yet. Like, everyone has like kind of a goof loss, and I know he sort of already has one to Marshall. If they don't win out the rest of the year, or they get another stupid loss like this, I won't say hot seat, but I'll say like seat warmer is on. I don't want to go
That's
full.
comfy, though.
Yeah, but like, it's also like Notre Dame. I know they're a little more particular, but he is something that was funny about this was that Notre Dame, like, over the last few years since Marcus Freeman, has become more likable, because he's a likable dude, which helps his case a little bit. They recruit super well under him, better than they really ever have done before. So a loss to Northern Illinois is a red flag, but I think I need to see how the rest of the season plays out before I go hot seat. And even hot seat, I'm going to go seat warmer.
Wow. Here's the thing, though, with the new college football rules. You can lose 2-3 games, certainly Notre Dame can, and still make the playoff. And then
Exactly.
It prolongs careers of people like James Franklin.
100%.
Yes.
Like, which, by the way, weird game there. Lots of teams flirted with being Notre Dame this weekend, and Notre Dame was the only one to really like pull the trigger on that.
Oregon almost lost to Boise State.
Yeah. Oregon, which that is actually not, I'm more concerned with their game against Idaho than their game against Boise State. Boise State is the best running back in all of college football. Like, I'm not too worried. Boise State, like, this finally feels like it could be their year to make it to the playoff, just because we saw such a dominant run from Boise State, 10, 15 years back, and it feels like they're almost back to that. They are definitely a contender for that group of 5 spot. So I'm not too worried about Oregon right now. I think I need to see their next game before I pull the panic button on the Ducks.
I feel like I was fine with Boise State just having that moment, right? Like at the Fiesta Bowl or
that
whatever.
One moment in time,
like
right?
I'm fine with
guy
my
proposed
memory
afterwards.
of Boise State forever. Exactly right. The guy proposing, the trick play.
The last time we saw the Statue of Liberty.
The Boise State just
not
having
the statue, the play.
Boise State just having that moment would be fine in my memory forever. Like, oh, Boise State, yeah. And then I'd be happy forever. I don't want them to ruin that for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. But maybe they want more moments.
No, I know they do.
Right,
but selfishly for me, I'm fine with them just having that moment. You had your moment. Keep that moment. Let someone else have a moment. Just not Northern Illinois. For God's sake, not Northern Illinois.
What did they do?
I think you hate the group of 5.
I just
think
don't
you're
want
a group
them.
of 5 hater.
No, I think he can't name another group of 5 team.
He only likes App State. He's an App State guy, and that's it.
Big loss for them.
Tough.
It was. DJ Lagway will save Billy Napier's job. Lucy or Goosey?
Goosey. Billy
Really?
Napier.
He's done.
out the door.
Wow.
Goodbye.
Okay.
That Florida schedule is so tough. They're like, I don't care who you have there. Get Patrick Mahomes. Like, it's probably still over for Billy Napier. You have the toughest schedule in all of college football. Your fans hate you. The boosters hate you. You're at post-game press conferences taking out your frustration on a water bottle. You live in Florida and you don't understand that there are basements there, which I also learned. But I'm not the head coach of Florida, so it doesn't really matter that much for me.
Right.
But, like, Billy Napier has dug himself a hole that just, like, he's not going to get out of. And because, like, my thing with Florida's a ridiculously talented team. They're Florida. Like, you're always going to recruit well. You're always going to have good players. Every single, like, loss that they've had comes down to, like, just terrible coaching, fundamentals. Like, Florida lacks all of that. So I don't think there's any way that Florida is saved, especially against who they play this week, Samford. If Samford is your your season-saving opponent, you're in a tough spot. They should just be grateful that Florida State seems to be doing worse than they are.
I'm now going through, like, I want to make my group of 5 playoff prediction, but I'm not ready to do it now.
Okay.
Because, like, here's one.
So
I would next week. I think next week I'll have my top 5 group of 5.
Nice
teams.
tease. Yeah,
I'll do my own top 5. Because here's the thing. I feel like James Madison is usually, like, a solid bet, and they're a lock, but they lost their coach to Indiana, and they lost a lot of their players to Indiana.
Still good, though.
They're still good, but...
Yeah.
They
Dukes.
lost everybody.
Yeah, they're not James Madison anymore. They're James Madison on name alone at the moment.
Someone
Don't
put
look
that
now,
on the poll.
FIU.
Is James Madison still James Madison? I feel like they're still James Madison, regardless of who plays there. It's always James Madison.
No.
No?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
They lost a lot.
Yeah.
I think they play Carolina in like a week or two, so we'll be able to tell
Lucy,
then.
I know they lost a lot. They didn't lose the name of their school, though. I mean, that's...
Oh, yeah.
Right.
No, but they lost their essence, you know?
Lucy, you cautioned us saying we have no idea who's good, and you're right. It's too early, but I will ask you this. Lucy or Goosey, Texas has the most talented roster of any college football team.
I'm going to go Goosey, not because I don't think Texas has an unbelievably talented roster. And you're right. I do think we can pretty definitively say that Texas is very, very good.
Yeah.
I think it's okay to say that out the gate. Georgia's probably slightly more talented. Ohio State also has a lot of talent. So, like, the word talent is kind of where I, like, disagree with that. Texas is easily a front runner to compete for the SEC. But at the same time, like, this is not the ACC. You still have to play Georgia.
Right.
And Georgia is still an unbelievably great team. And we saw what Georgia did to Clemson, last week. So I don't want to say that they're the most talented team in the country, but watching that Michigan game, that's a pretty decent Michigan defense that they just destroyed mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. Texas is very, very good, and they should be a front runner to be, one of the top 3-4 seeds at the playoff. They are an unbelievably good football team.
Changing the game on you. Yes or no, Notre Dame losing softened the blow of Iowa losing?
What?
Oh, that's a...
Why did
It's
you
a good question.
Why did you
Yeah.
change the game?
It's just yes or no.
It's the
just
same
still be
game.
Lucy
It's
or
still
Goosey.
All right, Lucy or Goosey.
It'd
I mean, I
still
don't
be
know.
Lucy or Goosey.
I was trying to be
I
efficient.
think-
We only have like a minute left. That's all.
No.
I mean,
No, because it still hurt. Still sucked really bad.
right.
Even if Notre Dame had won, I think I'd still feel pretty about it.
I know, but I like when I'm miserable, I like others to be miserable. And some friends of yours were miserable. So that's all.
Yeah, I don't want Jess to be miserable.
Okay.
I want her to be happy.
Okay.
I feel like we shouldn't both be sad.
Is Gen
But I guess
CFB
it-
this week going to be like a funeral?
I don't know what games you're referring to or what you're even talking about.
Yeah,
So I doubt
okay.
it.
How's life after Kimmel treating you?
Oh, it's cool. My
Yeah.
brother thinks I'm cool now.
I know.
Yeah?
How many times you watched that thing? I mean,
Probably like 10.
Right.
Not as many as I should. But I was on the flight when the pilot was singing, just like
Oh.
watching it again.
So, like everyone else that has, like, their moment where they make it onto, like, late night. You're super rich and famous now, I'm assuming, right? Your life's changed forever?
Yeah, sure. Yep.
Oh.
Yep. This is my dad's basement that I bought with my Kimmel earnings.
I like the idea of you turn around and you, like, pull down and it just, like, rolls up and it's just, like, this fake background and you're just a giant mansion
beautiful.
now. Yeah.
Mansion.
Exactly right.
I got to be
There's
honest.
a pool, so
Yeah.
maybe that's my earnings.
Oh.
I got to be honest. When
Yeah.
I saw her on Kimmel, I said, "There's no way she's showing up on Monday morning to do Lucy or Goosey."
Really?
I felt like we lost her. Yes.
By the way,
Yes.
if you want to praise Lucy or us or whatever, send us stuff. We can still do that segment this year. Just send stuff our way. And Lucy, here's the thing. I guess I could talk to you about this off air, but I'll tell you now. I had a company reach out to me that specializes in backgrounds. very exciting.
What?
They wanted to change my
Backgrounds.
background. Yeah,
Yeah.
they wanted to
Oh.
decorate my background.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell
Lose.
them to talk to me. The wood paneling's ugly.
We didn't get to Colorado. We will next week. My sense is
bad.
they're going to continue to keep losing. I will tell you
They're
this.
really bad.
Keep an eye on this, okay? You heard it here first. Bill Belichick, Notre Dame. Thank you, Lucy.
And we're back.
We are.
We are back.
Yeah,
Stugotz, we have a brand new game.
we do.
Debuting today.
Really?
In earnest. I
Mm.
mean, we debuted it when we were in Kansas City,
Right.
but this is the home of this game. This is how this game is going to work moving forward.
I want to say
It was a
this.
soft launch in Kansas City.
Thank you,
Soft
Mikey.
launch.
Exactly right. Soft launch, but not soft enough that we didn't meet our sales obligation.
Right. I just want to say this
Of course.
about the great people and the great people in Kansas City, the
Yeah.
Chiefs fans, Chiefs Kingdom. They love football more than we do down here in Miami. That was obvious. It was evident. It was clear. They care about football. Granted, it's easier to care when your quarterback is Patrick Mahomes and you've won back-to-back Super Bowls. But if you take your eye off the field for a second, you will be called out in Kansas
Yeah.
City.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Ed and his
Yep.
family,
Yeah.
by the way. Our
Yeah.
new friend Ed.
Oh, we love Ed. Yeah.
Love the Reyes.
You don't watch the game, they call you out because that's how they do it in the Midwest. They do it politely, but they call you out.
You know what the Midwest is?
What?
Young and reckless.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, here's some winners and losers presented by Smirnoff, the world's #1 vodka. Please drink responsibly.
Why'd I agree with that?
I don't know.
Okay. Anyway.
You
So-
want to know my first winner? Right now,
I
on the
thought we had a
board-
new game.
We do winners and losers.
Oh,
I
okay,
just-
good, yes.
Winners and losers.
All right, I'm so sorry.
Presented by Smirnoff.
Sorry.
The world's #1 vodka.
Tired.
Please
Week
drink
one.
responsibly.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So now I tell you the
Marathon.
winners.
I mean,
and-
it's late in
and
the
losers.
afternoon. We got Jets and Niners. I'm focused there. I can't stop pacing. I mean, sorry.
Do you guys have winners and losers you want to share? Or just want me to tell you my winners and losers?
Why don't you start with
Presented
your...
by
I got a
Smirnoff.
loser.
Right.
The world's
I got a
#1
loser
vodka.
presented by Smirnoff.
You have a
you?
loser?
Okay.
I have a winner.
I do.
I have 1, 2, 3. I have 4 winners and 1 loser.
Okay, so let's get to yours first.
Well, we don't have to do all of them because that's
Okay.
a lot of winners and losers.
No, I want to do all of them.
All right, the #1 winner that I have this week.
Yes.
My #1 winner, Baker Mayfield.
Oh God.
If the season
Oh,
ended
boy.
today, MVP of the league.
I agree. You know, I had some if the season ended today questions, and the first one, I
Did
told
you?
Billy this, yes, was if the season ended today, would Baker be the MVP? He would be.
Well, according to winners and losers,
Yes.
he
Through
would
week
be.
one, he is the MVP.
Yep. He had a big week. 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
I am
a near
hap-
perfect passer rating.
I am happy. Listen, the Browns could use a quarterback like that. How about
well,
that?
that's another reason why he
Here's a
was
loser.
a winner is because yesterday, Deshaun Watson, again, not a good day.
No.
Bryce Young, another one of Baker's stops. Not a good day.
I feel bad for Bryce Young.
I do too.
I do.
Little
I-
bit.
I mean, I watch him out there. He's tiny. It looks like he's going to get killed. I feel terrible for that guy.
Yeah.
I do.
Gonna do anything about it or
What can I do?
I don't know.
Tell him to quit.
That was a good game, huh? Bucks Commanders.
It was a great game, yeah. Jaden Daniels, huh?
Also, Austin Eckler.
Yeah.
Had him out there returning kickoffs.
Yeah.
Gonna be a little Swiss
Catching
Army knife for this
passes.
team.
Yeah.
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 He was their leading receiver yesterday.
He was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep an eye on Jaden Daniels. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Really?
We're not playing the game right now. We're not playing Williams.
Keep an eye
Daniels,
on.
Knicks.
All right.
Jaden Daniels. I feel like yesterday, if we were playing that game, he won week 1 of that game.
Okay, good. I'll
But
keep-
he's not a winner or loser.
Okay.
He's not.
Who's your second winner?
My second winner, Raheem Blackshear. Who is Raheem Blackshear, you might ask yourself?
I was going to ask.
It's an absolutely incredible question. Raheem Blackshear, because of the fact that the Saints scored so many times,
Yes.
Raheem Blackshear is a kickoff returner for the Panthers. And if you owned Raheem Blackshear on your fantasy team yesterday, you got over 20 points because he had 204 yards on returns yesterday.
Wow.
Raheem Blackshear, fantasy owners, big time winners, 20 fantasy points for someone that you'd wonder why was on your fantasy roster.
So it's the people that own him in their fantasy leagues that were the winners.
Well, no, him too. He had a
Right.
great day. He had over
Right.
200 yards
Right.
on kickoffs.
Right. But they got killed.
They got killed, but it was. I mean, I did listen to me. I did not say the Panthers were winners. I said Raheem Blackshear was a winner yesterday.
Okay. All right.
That's how winners and losers work.
Sure.
Winner, the New Orleans Saints.
If the season ended today, best team in the NFL. How about that?
Here's the thing about the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah.
If you remember and you're a fan of the show and you were watching last week, either on God Bless Football or on the DraftKings kickoff special, because I don't remember where we said it because we were on a lot last week. But we played a game called Who is the Most Boring Team to Watch? And the Saints were in that discussion. And the Saints heard that and they took notice and they went out and they scored a NFL leading 47 points yesterday.
That's right. Yeah.
To shove it in our face.
Yep. Against Carolina.
Take that, Golix.
Yeah.
Take that, Golix, indeed.
Yeah. You tell them.
You want another winner?
Sure.
Former Jets quarterbacks, Sam Darnold and Geno Smith.
Oh, go for it yourself. I mean, seriously. You had to do it to us? You had to.
I was in a position yesterday
Jesus.
in our weekly fantasy league that we do here. And by the way, if you want to participate in that, go to dkng.co/Smirnoff, and then you can compete us every week.
I had your boy
in
Jaden
fantasy.
Daniels yesterday.
I almost took Sam Darnold because the price was right, and I said, ooh, if I do the Sam Darnold, Justin Jefferson combo here, I may win this week.
He was cheap.
I didn't do it because I couldn't in good faith. Week one's always the hardest week.
Yeah.
Right? In fantasy and daily fantasy, it's always the hardest week because you're not sure. You just have a hunch, but you're not sure.
Correct.
Right?
Who's going to get the touches? Who's going to get more touches?
Exactly right. I didn't know, for example, in Buffalo, who's going to be Josh Allen's guy?
Right.
I almost took Mac Hollins as my flex because the flex in the daily fantasy is always, how much money do I have left?
I think Josh Allen's guy is Josh Allen.
Yeah, it seemed yesterday like Josh Allen has just decided, you know who my number one guy is on this team? It's me.
Yes.
And no one else.
Right.
Even though Mac had 2 catches for 25 yards and he had
And
a
the
touchdown
refs.
right up the middle.
Yeah.
The refs, yeah, well.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I didn't go with Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, big game for him.
It's happening,
Big game
Mike.
for him.
Mikey, it's
Big
happening.
game, Sam.
Oh, God.
I know.
By the way, it's not even
Those
sneaking
here.
up on us. Like, everyone that we've spoken to warned us this was probably going to happen.
Yes, that he was going to go to San Francisco, that Kyle Shanahan would put some work in with him, that now he goes to Minnesota. He's playing with another good coach in Kevin O'Connell. He's got great wide receivers. We're doomed, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anyway.
All right, you want to know my loser?
Yeah,
before
you're
we get
one
to your
loser.
winners and
Mikey's got a loser. I have one winner.
My one loser. The police officer who decided to detain Tyreek Hill, who ended up being immediately placed on administrative duty before the day ended. That's a quick turnaround. That's a quick turnaround.
Yeah.
Usually you wait and then stuff comes out. They realize right away, which makes you wonder, what is on that body cam? How did they determine within hours this person needs to get out of here?
Right.
That was a bad look from the beginning. It seemed overly aggressive. We obviously don't know all of the facts, but you saw lots of fan videos because this happened right outside the stadium. As the fans were coming in, officer immediately put on leave.
One of the fans said he was interviewed on local television that, and he made the terrible joke, okay? Said, yeah, he was going a little too fast, but what do you expect? He's the cheetah.
Oh, boy.
I know.
You love that guy, I bet.
He was an eyewitness. He was the guy.
you love that
He was the
eyewitness.
guy who shot the video.
Yeah.
Can I change my loser?
Yeah, to him.
Oh.
That was my loser.
So that was my winners and losers this week, presented by Smirnoff, the world's number one vodka.
All right.
Please drink responsibly. You guys have winners and losers you want to say?
I think Mikey has a loser.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a loser. Rookie wide receivers, because we were told how great Marvin Harrison was, 1 catch. We were told how great Roma Dunze was. I think he had 1 catch, and I think Malik Neighbors had like 60 yards. Who knew? Wide receivers, rookie wide receivers, they don't step right in.
Unfortunate.
All right, I have a winner here.
Yeah?
Well, it's really 2 winners, actually.
Oh.
The fan bases of the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. Congratulations. You have quarterbacks, and in one case, Anthony Richardson, unlike any quarterback I've ever seen in my entire life. Billy, Mikey A is shaking his head. He's agreeing with me. I have never seen someone with so few starts, with such athletic ability, play that position. You might want to say Michael Vick. He was fast. He was a great athlete. This is different. This guy will run your defensive lineman over. It's crazy.
I'm worried about him.
Well, getting hurt. Yeah.
I'm worried about him.
But for now, congratulations. Yes.
Show me something, Anthony Richardson.
I was so jealous of those two fan bases to get to watch that game. Seriously.
The Colts were one of those teams for me where I'm like, who's going to be their number one?
Yeah.
Who is it going to be?
Mm-hmm.
Alec Pierce, 125 yards, a touchdown.
That's what Anthony Richardson does. He makes Alec Pierce relevant.
Is that what he does?
Yes, that's what great quarterbacks do.
Jonathan Taylor, you think they're regretting that one?
No.
He had a tutty yesterday.
Yeah, 48 yards though.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, your quarterback is your leading rusher.
Yeah, but stop running.
That's not Jonathan Taylor's fault.
Give the ball to JT.
It is Jonathan Taylor's fault. Hit a hole. Run through people. Quarterback's running through people. You have no excuse if you're Jonathan Taylor.
God bless football. We have Billy's Big Board. It's coming up here in just a few seconds. I am very excited. He is currently writing on a dry erase board that is way too small for 3 picks.
I left the big one in Kansas City.
Oh, you
get
did?
That back. Yeah.
Right. It was an odd thing to bring to Kansas City.
Well, we needed it. People wanted
Right.
the big board's bets. By the way, it didn't end up working out 1 and 2 with those. But that's that damn Jason Sanders, and don't get me started on him, the Dolphins kicker, because the Dolphins should have covered that game. They didn't because he missed another kick. I don't know why he's still on this team.
No,
we
but
don't need to get into that today.
Billy, he kicked the game winner.
Yeah, he kicked the game winner, and they needed it because he missed a kick earlier. An easy, 42-yarder. I'm not going to say I can kick a 42-yarder because I'm not an NFL kicker, but there's plenty of people that can. They do it on game day. They get high school kids out of the crowd, and they do it on game day. Get out of here. Please.
What was the game winner? How long was that?
Irrelevant.
No, it's not.
I think it was shorter. That was long. It was long.
It was a 50+ yarder.
Yeah.
Irrelevant though.
Yeah, but he's only
irrelevant,
Hit him during the game.
Yeah,
we can't continue with this guy. We cannot continue
He
with this
just
guy
won
missing
you a
kicks
game.
that he almost lost.
Right.
You don't get credit.
Billy's been holding on to this for
I'm
a
not-
full season.
No, I know
Not
he's
good.
only
Last year he had the same
This
beef.
feels pent up.
Listen, it's an odd guy to keep his eye on. Jason
Preseason
Sanders.
it was happening too.
Right.
Someone needs to. I don't know what McDaniel's up to that he's not paying attention, but if I have to be the guy paying attention to him, I will be. We're not getting into this today. We will waste the entire segment talking about this. Let's not do this.
To be fair to Billy, kickers are so good now. To have one that's a little mediocre, it's rough.
The Cowboys got a kicker off the street
Brandon
last year.
Aubrey.
A soccer guy.
Who has been incredible.
Yes.
Who, by the way, hit a 66-yarder yesterday that was negated by an offensive penalty headed into the half. And then you know what they did? They said, why don't we try a 71-yard field goal? And they were about to do it until the Browns called timeout. Now,
No.
maybe
That's
they
not
weren't
what
actually about
happened. What happened was this. Mike McCarthy went full Mike McCarthy. He lets the play clock run all the way down. He gets a delay of game on a 66-yarder.
that he made. That
he had made. He gets a delay of game. Then it's 71 yards. Instead of letting him kick it, he decides, we're not going to kick it.
No.
Dak comes out and kneels it.
Well, no, there was a timeout that happened, and then they decided to change their mind. But we almost had a 71-yard attempt, not in Denver. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And the craziest part is he may have had enough leg.
Yeah.
The 66-yarder got through barely, but it didn't hit the crossbar. It got through enough that a 71-yarder didn't seem insane. I mean,
All right.
it did, but it didn't.
You should have let him try it, though.
I'm just saying.
I'm with you.
I'm just saying. Rare
But
is
you know what happens there is then it's way shorter than they return it for a touchdown.
That's what they're worried about. Yeah.
McCarthy, you're an idiot.
Right.
He's screwed either way.
Yeah.
Well, I think
There's
you're
no
an
winning.
idiot.
If you're
I
Mike
mean-
McCarthy, there's no winning.
I mean, and the reason I say you're an idiot is
Me?
rare is the day we criticize the field goal kicker after he hits a game-winning
No.
52-yard field goal. I mean,
no, you need to.
crazy.
You need to. No,
that guy gets 10 years usually.
No,
I mean,
no.
anyway, what'd you guys think of Tom Brady? It was awkward, it was odd, and it was a little bit tough for me to see Tom Brady. Now, I give him credit for going out there, going outside of his comfort zone, and doing something he's never done before. So I certainly give him credit for that.
Right. It's not like he went kiteboarding or
what is
something.
this?
This is his job now. They're paying $375 million.
No, but
he'll be fine. It's his first game.
Broadcasting is very hard. Play-by-play is very hard. And Tom Brady, I felt like he was a bit over-prepared. It was tough for me to watch him be bad at something, I guess is what I'm saying. And he doesn't need to be tough guy, team guy, leader guy in the booth. I know all those things about you, Tom. I want to know the Tom Brady that I don't know. That's who I want to get to know, is the Tom Brady that I don't know. I know you're going to fist pump me. I know you're going to talk about leadership. I know you're going to do all that stuff. You're doing a game with Kevin Burkhardt. Relax and just give me some Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I missed Greg Olson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one thing. I
Winner
felt like
yesterday.
I felt like Brady was trying to do like the I'm going to be the serious color guy.
Too much.
Like, Tony Romo in the beginning, we liked him because he was just Tony.
Right.
Now it's like,
He'll learn.
yeah, Brady, give me something that's not just like X and O's guy.
Right.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Give me a bam. Give me a whap.
Yeah.
Give me,
Okay. Give me a whap.
just something. Yeah. Big spot.
Give me something that makes me smile. Yeah.
Okay.
Give me some personality, Billy.
Yes.
You want some big board bets?
I do.
All right. This is
Yes.
Billy's Big Board Bets brought to you by. We're still waiting a sponsor here, but
we have been for a while.
yeah, it's okay. We're
Right.
working on it. My first one of the day: Brock Purdy under 31.5 pass attempts.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Like
But
it.
passing yards, he will go over 31.5 passing
Oh, you think
yards.
they're not?
If you find 31.5 passing yards somewhere, pound the over on that. But
Are
I'm going to
you-
go under 31.5 pass attempts.
Are you thinking San Francisco has a big lead? He's handing the ball off. Like, what is happening there?
I think that this one is going to be won and lost in the trenches.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Wow.
I don't.
Aren't they all? Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't see Brock Purdy passing 32 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. It's a good bet. He is writing down his second bet right now. Jets and 49ers tonight. Oh, my God. I'm so excited. I picked the Jets to make it to the Super Bowl. I also
I'm
had
so
the Bears.
nervous.
I'm so
I'm
nervous.
so nervous.
Listen, listen, if they lose, we're in last place. We've been there before, okay? I mean,
Yeah.
We're in
spent my-
last place right now.
I spent my entire life there. Right, by not playing. It's unbelievable those three teams won. Anyway, Billy, your second pick.
My next one, Brandon Ayuk over 3.5 reception.
Really? Like it.
Yep.
Yep.
I feel like he got paid. They're going to try to feed him.
Mm-hmm.
Little statement game.
Yeah.
And by a statement, I mean 4 receptions.
Quickly how it's interesting how quickly they got that deal done.
All of these deals, huh? Like
Yeah.
once
Except
they're
Chase,
motivated,
right.
Once they're motivated, these things seem to get done really quickly.
Well, apparently the Ayuk deal was the same deal they offered him at the beginning.
Yeah.
And he just had to come around to it.
He just wanted to stay in San Francisco. He
Yeah.
never wanted to leave.
No, I think it was like, yeah.
Neither
Right.
one of them budged.
Exactly.
And
It
then
was-
finally,
right.
it's like, okay, let's do it.
It was all a gigantic waste of time.
Right.
Basically.
They just stared at each other.
Going to the Dak Prescott deal, I always find it so funny. Like, he got a $240 million contract, but they drew a line in the sand. Like, we're only guaranteeing 231 of it. Like, what
there's
did
that-
you
that
get by
$9
holding on to
million.
that $9 million?
Yeah,
Right.
That's,
I'm surprised
No, we're
Dak
not
signed that.
guaranteed.
the
Dak
straw
had
that
all
broke the camel's back.
Dak had all the leverage in that situation. I'm surprised he signed it. to
You're
be
surprised he
honest with
signed $60 million a year?
you. Because he could have just played out this season, see what happens. I mean, how long do you want to play
Wait,
for
hold on,
Jerry
hold
Jones?
on,
I mean,
hold on.
Hold on.
Give me your last bet. We're running out of time. And then we'll get back to this. Give me your
Right.
last bet.
Next week.
Last one. Jets, first to get a first down.
All right.
Yeah.
What a bet.
Yeah.
What a bet.
That's one we're all going to be watching, yeah.
They have to get the ball first, I would figure.
What's the worst that can happen? He's going to get hurt and not get $60 million a year. That's the worst that can happen.
Listen, after last year getting hurt after 4 downs, I will merely take a first down.
I'm talking
he's
about Dak.
he's talking about Dak.
You said what's the worst that can happen?
He gets hurt.
Completion.
He gets injured and he doesn't get $60 million a year.
But you know what? He'd probably get injured and still get
plays.
$60 million from somebody else.
First team to get a first down, Jets, tonight.
That's what I'm saying. I'll take it. If the season ends after they get a first down and Aaron gets hurt, a big step forward from where we were a year
5
ago.
plays. 5 plays. That's all I want.
Can I really do this? It's what everyone asks at every new stage of life. Sandy Spring Bank has you covered with personalized solutions to buy a house or improve the one you've got, or to grow your business, because that helps our community grow. We'll show you how to save more for the future, wherever it brings you. What's your next financial destination? Sandy Spring Bank. Visit sandyspringbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 406382.